Just a couple of weeks ago, I put out a challenge to the RuneScape community. After I completed Gridmaster in which was, at the time, the fastest time, I decided I'm done with speedrunning. I want to see what the rest of the community can do. 1 billion GP for the fastest Gridmaster time within the week. No bugs, no logout cheese, just raw, unadulterated gameplay. And boy, oh boy, did we get some good submissions. Now, we would be here all day if I went through everybody's submissions, but starting out with a cold one, he finished in 8 hours and 48 minutes. An absolutely insane time. Coming in at third place with another absolutely insane run was I Hate Irons. I'm with you on that one, Beast. 8 hours and 26 minutes to complete the full grid. I remember when I first started running, I was thinking, could it be possible to get sub 10 hours? And here we are with people doing it in 8 hours and 26 minutes. And remember, guys, this is no logout. They don't log out to cheese the raids. They don't have the newly found bug of the last stand. This is just straight up raw gameplay. 8 hours and 26 minutes. And insanely close together, coming in its second position was Shoplifter 7, coming in with a time of 8 hours and 25 minutes. Yes, just a 1 minute difference. But these guys had absolutely nothing on the winner. The winner of the speedrun competition and 1 billion GP was Friend OSRS. You might recognize the name Friend from the top page of basically every league's high score in history. And his run was absolutely insane. And we are going to go over that run right now. So to start out his run, Friend picks mining. This is very common amongst a bunch of runs. You get the mining relic, so then you can get up to 40 mining, so you can mine the gold ore, so you can unlock the axe, so you can chop the wood, so you can unlock the harpoon. That is pretty common and widely known as the best possible route. Immediately after unlocking mining, he teleports to the stronghold of security so he can complete it for the fairy's flight relic. But while he's there up top, he gets 15 mining at the tin ore. This is going to come in handy later when he needs to mine iron while he's waiting for the gem crab. Straight after he gets fairy's flight, he puts that to good use by teleporting to the gnome stronghold to unlock the sage's greaves. This is for the agility training. After that, he's going to fairy's flight over to Alderaan, one of the new areas in Varlamore, and he's going to head down to the Steam Forge Inn for the Banker's briefcase. Next up, the absolute classic of every strategy, training thieving until you can unlock the fruit stall, so you can unlock dodgy deals. This is so you can get up to 50 thieving and unlock Golden God. You want to do this absolutely ASAP. Now, in between his thieving training, he obviously has an ult set up at the gemstone crab. Remember, no rules in this speedrun apart from you can't use bugs and you can't log out to cheese the timer. He has an ult set up at the gemstone crab, so he knows when it's going to burrow, and that is a tile. So when it is ready, he teleports over there, and while he's waiting for it to burrow, he mines some iron ore. Absolutely no time wasted here. After he unlocks the gem crab tile, he goes ahead and picks thieving, slayer, and agility to be paired up together. You'll see why he picks all three of those very soon. Now, you see, while he's thieving, he goes ahead and saves his Jangaberry here. Obviously, that's going to be used for later when he needs to make the Zamorak brew for a tile. Once he hits 36 thieving, here is something I didn't see before. He heads upstairs to this chest in Alderaan, and because of dodgy deals, it's absolutely crazy XP up here, and he can never fail and gets 1,000 XP drops. Now, of course, we all know what's next. 50 thieving and thieving from a house in Varlamore for Golden God, and then he heads straight to the garden supplier in Felidor for starting cash with the bagged plants. Now, you'll notice from this point onwards, he is always going to be alking for XP. Now, while he's alking the plants for his starter cash, he runs around and cleans up a few things like buying runes for his spells, ropes for later at the Calfire Queen, crafting molds for later when he needs to make a Fury, and starting the Vampire Slayer quest and grabbing the garlic from upstairs. Once everything's cleaned up, he finishes up the Vampire Slayer quest and unlocks the Sins of the Father quest line. Now that he has enough money from alking, he heads over to the Stonemason in Varlamore. For those that don't know, you don't actually need to go to Keldagrim to go for a Stonemason. There's one in the Stonecutter's outpost in Varlamore. While he's here, he grabs some gold leaves, which will end up turning into marble blocks, which will turn into magic stones, which will turn into condensed gold for cash. Now, in between buying alks at the Stonecutter's outpost, he heads over to Karamja to get an anti-poison, and here's some absolutely crazy tech. He heads south and grabs 3 rogues' purses. These actually count for the cleaning 3 grimy herbs tile, and he unlocks the forager's backpack. No need to go for a trip out into the deep wilderness to pick up guams. You can just head to Karamja. Now, back at the Stonemason, while alking, he trains his mining to the south. Once again, he's going to need 37 mining to mine a gold ore tile, which he finishes up and unlocks the Echo Axe. Now, while he's in Shiloh Village, he grabs 2,000 feathers and teleports to the Yaneel Fairy Ring. Look at this fairy ring, how many regular trees are near it. So efficient. Obviously, onto the oak trees next, and notice how he's spam clicking on the tree. This was recorded back when you would actually stop alking if you weren't spam clicking on the tree. So he's going absolutely crazy with his clicks here. And let me tell you, with the rate those fingers are moving, his wife is one lucky woman. 30 woodcutting and back to the Stonemason for some more alks, and then back to the willow trees near the Gnome Stronghold tree patch. As you can see, perfect teleports everywhere, no time wasted. At 35, the Teaks in Varlamore he goes to, and guess what that is near? The Stonemason for more alks. Yes, absolutely perfect. He can run to the Stonemason to get alks and teleport back to the teak trees to chop for woodcutting. After 42 woodcutting, he's gone just a little bit too fast for himself, and he's got to stand around alking for a little bit to get up to the condensed gold for a lot more money. In this run, he's only gonna need about 50 million gold. Next, he heads to do the Sea Slug quest for fire making XP, and on the way, he chops 4 oak logs and keeps them in the bank. He's going to need these for later. Don't forget about them. Sea Slug done, and he's off to Canifest to buy 1 shark for later, and then off to Temperos for a quick solo to unlock the tile. And after that, he pairs up construction with cooking and herb lore. This was a mistake that I made on day 1, but not in the speed runs, and it is by far the best option you can go for. Now off to Tybo One-Eye to buy 13,000 Karamba ones for cooking training. After that, a quick detour to the Wizard's Tower for a lesser demon before heading to Corsair Cove to kill an Ogress for Combatant. He unlocks his first row XP boost, and for Combatant, he chooses Strength, Ranged, and Prayer. After a quick Prayer training session to 45, he heads over to Scorius, which has already been lowered with an alt to unlock his first combat masteries. Once again, anybody can use an alt here. The last tile he has for the second row is Bryophyta, so it is off to the Moss Giants. This can be a make or break for a run, and it's a 1 in 14 for a key. 8 Moss Giants for the key, not too bad at all. Bryophyta goes down like a slut on a Saturday night, and he gets the second XP reward unlocked, as well as some more combat masteries. Next, he heads to the Champions Guild to grab some ranged gear before making a bunch of steel darts. I'm sure you guys can guess what's coming next. Cooking. The cooking is next. He's going to get 26 million cooking XP to unlock the Thunder Kopesh with 99 construction. 99 construction and herb lore done. 1 shark cooked to unlock the Infinity Shark, aka EVscape's lunch. And now with 99 construction, he heads to make a cape rack. Remember those logs he saved before? All part of the plan. Spiky Aura and Thunder Kopesh unlocked. Just to interject here real quick, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching this in like the first 10 hours that it goes up, I'm live right now on kick.com/EVscape doing a run of Gridmaster, a speed run, where I use the bug to get Last Stand 255 stats permanently. I do some logout cheese. I'm going for a sub 8 hours. Kick.com/EVscape. Get in the chat. Heading to Alderaan to buy some gems now. He's going to need 78 crafting for a Fury later. Now, rubies give more XP here, but there's only one in stock, so they're slower to buy. It's better to just buy the emeralds here, especially when he's going to get Banker's Note soon anyway. A quick detour to Falador to make a strength Ami. The plus 10 strength bonus is absolutely huge for the Thunder Kopesh, and now he's off to get the Zami robes. He's going to do these north of Falador, so he can waste absolutely no time getting the robes and training prayer at the Chaos Altar at the same time. He goes relatively dry on the robes here, but no problem because he's here to train his prayer, strength, and ranged anyway. By the end of it, he's 74 strength with a Thunder Kopesh, and that thing is gonna go crazy. He puts it to work right away, and he's off to Mammoth to get a tree seed. He's got to get this planted early so it has time to grow. It's going to take several hours even in Gridmaster. He takes a quick break here. Remember, gamers, it is important to take breaks from RuneScape. Playing for 8 hours straight is absolutely not healthy, and players were allowed to log out as long as they didn't gain an advantage from it. Make sure you don't play RuneScape for 8 hours straight. It is not good for you. And I know it doesn't make sense to take health advice from a fat guy, but do as I say, not as I do. Now out comes the knife and the logs for some 3 ticking, some 1 tick, 2 tick, suck my dick bullshit. He's off to hunt some chins now, and a little bit of a mistake here. He gets his box traps and has to teleport out. A little time loss, but no problems. 73 Hunter is all you need for the Moth tile because you can drink a Trapper's Tipple for the +2 boost. While he's already out hunting for the Moth, he takes his time to get a Pyre Fox. This is to mix the meat with the Sunlight Moth into a mix for no tick loss healing. He makes a Zami brew next to the Chaos Altar in Varrock and finishes making the rest of his potions while he's running around. Now it's time for the Kalphite Queen. 36 hit points and a dream. Using fire spells against the Kalphite Queen is best, and he's constantly taking damage so that his spiky aura is dealing damage back to the boss. Drygore Blowpipe is unlocked, and he's off to take out the Shaman in the temple. This is going to unlock Prif and his next tile. Once again with 36 hit points, he is taking on the Gauntlet. This guy is an absolute gamer. No enhanced seed from the Gauntlet, never lucky, but now he has Banker's Note, and from this point forward, any spare moment he has, you'll see him cutting gems for 78 crafting. Straight off to Barrows for the next tile, he's got to get 2 drops from here. Second chest, he gets an Aram's Robe Top, and he already has the magic requirement, but he needs 70 defense. Luckily, the DS2 XP is able to be claimed, and he gets that for the requirements. And third chest, he gets a Verex Brassard, and he is out of there. He makes a quick run to the Ranging Guild to get the supplies for fletching. He's going to need 73 fletching for a tile, but having 83 for Dragon Darts can come in really handy. On top of that, the extra levels for the 2k skill total are always handy. He heads to the Tsar area for a Fire Cape, but before he does that, he gets death runes to sell for an onyx. He also sells off extra death runes to buy an obby shield for some extra strength bonus. Again, I can't reiterate enough how big strength bonus is with the Thunder Kopesh. With the Fire Cape done, that unlocks the Perilous Moons quest line. Here at the Perilous Moons, you actually only need to kill 1 of the bosses and then open the chest, and he chooses the Eclipse Moon. With all that down, he gets the penultimate XP boost and finishes up some prayer training. He trains to just slightly under 85 range so that he can use the T-bow later. He now teleports to Gommel to claim the first tier of the combat achievements and uses that XP lamp on attack. And now it's time for the Inferno. Obviously, there's no way he's going to be able to finish the whole Inferno in less than 30 minutes here, but remember, he only has to get to the major wave so he can unlock Always On Task Slayer. With the major down, he heads over to Vorkath, but on the way grabs a Berserker Helm for yet more strength bonus. Now, Vorkath is a boss that can really make or break a run. The head is guaranteed on 50 KC, but it is not boosted. Oh, 1kc Vorket, no problems there, and he's off. Next, he's off to TOA. Now, of course, no limits on this run, except you can't log out to gain an advantage, which means he's free to use another account to boost him through TOA. And just 12 minutes later, a rare drop is obtained, and he gets himself not only a T-bow, but the XP rewards from the quest. He's going to save this now in the inventory until he gets the final XP reward. First, he's off to Zami God Wars to unlock Total Recall. Zami has the best chance for a drop out of all of the God Wars dungeon bosses, but with RNG, anything can happen. This can also make or break a run. Oh, a 1kc Zami Spear. Yep, it is just too easy. He uses all of the museum XP lamps on attack so he can equip that spear, and Total Recall is unlocked. Now he's off to Huey Codal, and here is where things can seriously go wrong with RNG. Oh, 3kc Hide. No problems here. Tile completed. Now it is time to train Slayer and Agility. And of course, it's Gridmaster. So he's going to train Slayer and Agility by thieving. First he thieves Silver Stalls and then Gem Stalls for 91 Agility and 91 Slayer, just slightly below what he's going to need for both of those skills. His curry tree has finally grown, and that is going to be another combat mastery unlocked. Now he's off to the skeletal wyverns in hopes of getting magic logs. Quite a few kills at the skeletal wyverns, but he's off to complete the Veil Totem tile for the Devil's Element and another combat mastery for completing that full row. We're on to the big time tiles now, and he is off to the Colosseum to unlock Weapon Master. With all of the combat masteries unlocked, the T-bow is never gonna miss, so it's gonna be the best weapon on Soul, and a 10-minute 37 Colosseum is absolutely nothing to sneeze at. The Fury gets made next, but he doesn't even have the Mage level 2 enchanted. You can see a magic potion in his inventory for when he gets 4 levels off. He's off to Araxor next, but without 92 Slayer, how is he gonna kill it? Well, you see those wine bottles in his inventory? Yes, they boost Slayer by 1 level, and since he gets Slayer XP for killing the boss anyway, that's going to get him the agility level for the Hallowed Sepulchre as well. I believe it is 1 in 16 for the Araxor unique tile, and after an insane 58 kills, he finally gets the drop. Insanely bad RNG here, but I guess that makes up for the Vorkath and Zami tiles earlier. Next, he's off to Sepulchre, and he absolutely smokes through it with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock. That could not be me, but after that, he runs around and collects all of the XP rewards from the diaries. This ends up leaving him at 1975 total, which he'll finish off with his combats. Next, he goes off to Doom, an easy wave 8, before quickly heading to Zulrah to defeat it with a blowpipe. Getting towards the end now, and he's off to Yama, another boss with RNG that can absolutely screw you. I think it's about a 1 in 16 here for a unique, so let's see how he does. 4 kills for the Oath Plate chest. Now that is what we like to see. Sunlight Spear and Sunlight Braces unlocked, and it is time for the Chambers. Once again, getting his ult to help zoom him through the raid while he stays logged in, and getting most of the points on this account. That's because for this tile, you need to get a unique, and unlike the other raids, they are not guaranteed. He needs the points here to help him have a better chance. No purple from the Cox, but luckily he gets the Metamorphic Dust, and that counts as a unique. Just a few tiles to go now. He heads off to Vardorvis for the orbs, and he gets one on 3kc before taking out the Awakened version. The next orb comes on 17, and he heads straight to the Whisperer. This is because instead of waiting for 2 more orbs to kill the other bosses, he can just go do the Whisperer now, just in case he gets lucky and gets an orb from the Awakened kill. Whisperer down and no orb, but that's okay. Last recall is set up at Vardorvis, and it's straight back there. Kill 26 for the next orb, and it is off to Leviathan for an easy kill. Back at Vard, kill 40 for an Altor Vestige. Yeah, finished that before he got 4 orbs, which is absolutely crazy, and it was 53 kills in the end for the final orb. Once again, Duke goes down like a slut on a Saturday night, and it is off to the Inferno for the penultimate task. A 20-minute Inferno, which is absolutely crazy, and now he just needs a TOB purple. Purples are 1 in 1.15 in solos on Gritty, and in the end, with a natural sight, he unlocks the final tile with a crazy time of 8 hours and 10 minutes. So there it is. Friend is the winner of the 1 billion GP. Now, 8 hours and 10 minutes is a crazy time. No bug abuse, no logout cheese. But what if I told you guys, with those two things, it can get way faster. Keep your eyes peeled, because in a couple of days' time, I'm going to be releasing a video where I try and beat this time. The winner of the 1 bill speedrun for Gridmaster, here he is. 1 bill, paying it out. Nice. Congrats.